Hi, I'm Katie. I'm the senior buyer at Babies R Us. I've been in the nursery industry for 25 years and I've also got 2 children of my own. So we know there's so much to think about as new parents when you're preparing to bring your new baby home. There's an overwhelming amount of advice and products available, and it's difficult to know what you actually need. So we've been speaking to some new parents about the challenges of choosing the right products and also about some of the dilemmas they might face with their journey into parenthood.
Hi, lovely to see you. Come in.
So I'm really pleased to introduce our new mums today. We've got Amy and India, and they're actually mums of twins. So they've got a lot in common and they've been chatting away with all their stories. So could you tell me how old your little ones are?
Yep, I have 18-month-old twin boys. Yep.
And I've got 10-month-old twin boys, yeah.
So they keep you busy, I would imagine.
Really busy, yep, so much fun.
So today we're talking about feeding, and I just wondered, before you had the babies, what was your thought process of when you were going to feed, breastfeed or bottle feed, and thinking about what equipment we'd need?
Yeah, so for me, I went in with the intention, if my plan obviously worked, to bottle feed and breastfeed, but unfortunately that didn't actually work for me. So yeah, that was out the window. I ended up just bottle feeding. I was in hospital with the boys for 11 days and 3 days of that was in NICU.
Yeah.
And
that special care unit.
Yeah. And the boys didn't latch on to my boob, unfortunately. And then I had to discuss with the nurses about introducing formula. My preferred choice of bottle was the MAM bottle. Due to the T being very similar to like the nipple. Yeah. So that was really some great reviews from different parents and also a lot of my family had used MAM bottles as well and a few different friends as well. So yeah.
And you're still using those now?
Yes, I am, yeah. One just like that on the table.
Great.
And they're self-sterilising and anti-colic. So yeah, that was the reason I chose bottle.
And Amy?
So I definitely went into, kind of the post-birth period pretty prepared. Before, my due date, I had stocked up on bottles. I went with Minby bottles. I had considered my options, breastfeeding, bottle feeding, and decided on a combination of both. A mixture of the two worked for me, and I continued that throughout. I established breastfeeding. Also used the bottles, Minby bottles with the Minby teats, and naively went in thinking, I'll only need a few bottles, maybe 8, and I think by the end we had like 20 bottles in our arsenal. But yeah, I did a mix of the two and it worked well for me.
Great. And just on breast pumps, which one did you choose?
So I chose a portable electric breast pump to kind of give myself that freedom to be able to go around the house with it. It wasn't one that goes in the bra, although I've seen those.
So this
since.
is an LV1.
Yeah, and they're really cool. Yeah.
They actually sit in your bra cup and pump the milk while you work, so you're sort of hands-free. And I
definitely would, consider using something like that in the future. But still, the portability factor of the one I had was really good. It was, had a handle. You could kind of walk around the house and try and get stuff done.
Yeah.
As rechargeable. So I was
so that worked
and
for
I
you.
had that worked for me, and I again had that kind of ready to go before my due date.
And you're talking about how many bottles? Sterilisation. So the guidelines are sterilised till your baby's 12 months. So you're out of that now.
Yeah, I'm still there.
You're so close though.
Yeah. What steriliser did you choose?
Yeah, so like Amy was saying, at one point I think I had 16 bottles or more.
Yeah.
Early on in the early stages. So it was
just getting through them.
So quickly, and the process is so long with the bottles. You have to put them in soapy water, etc., etc. Rinse them before putting them in the steriliser. But my main thing when looking at sterilisers, and I did look at a variation, was time and the amount of bottles you could get in there. So I went for the Tommy Tippy steam steriliser. It takes 5 minutes. I still use it, of course. And it's done. I can put 6 of those bottles in there. Yeah, and it's great.
Yes, that works for you.
That's what works for me. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a baby move one, which is a steam.
I think that's so cool.
It's got a plug-in
I think
steam
it looks
steriliser.
lovely.
Yeah, we like the look of it. And I think you can get quite a few bottles in there.
Yeah.
It and
Looks like you can get about
Looks
6
generous,
bottles. Yeah, really cool.
And then prep machines. So it's sort of these machines that help, they're convenient, they actually measure out the correct amount of formula and heat the milk to the correct temperature. Did either of you use one of those?
Yeah, I did. I had the Tommy Tippy prep.
Yeah, and did it save time? It was convenient?
Yes. Yeah, a lot of time.
I've obviously missed a trick here because, in discussing this, I've been living under a rock. But anything that would have saved time, it would have been, great to have used. I just didn't really hear about it. I used a bottle warmer, which I think fulfills kind of one of those functions. Heating that milk up to temperature. But that whole process of preparing feeds, I prepared some feeds, breast milk in bottles, heating that up. Other feeds would be formula or a mixture of the two, formula and breast milk, and getting it to temperature. If you're using formula, making sure that the formula has actually dispersed adequately, so it's a nice drink for your baby.
Particularly when you've got two, can sort of save a bit of time.
And probably a bit of headspace as well.
Yes.
Just less
During the night, that saves a lot of, a lot of mental
load.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just press the buttons and it's done. Well, you have to put your formula in, of course. But yeah,
next time I have twins.
Yeah.
Joking.
Yeah. No, I'd like another set of twins. So would you.
That's great. So I think we could talk about feeding all day and, and your experiences, particularly as twin mums, and some of the products you can use. So you can go to the Babies R Us website. We have a range of different bottles for different brands, different options with sterilisers, so electric, steam, UV sterilisers. We've got milk preparation machines from different brands, and also breast pumps. We've got the manual, electric, and also the new where we've got the LV, which is hands-free, which might have been really useful. So I'd just like to say thank you so much to Amy and India for the chat and sharing all your experiences with your lovely babies. Thank you.